Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a prayer slash reading for those of you that are having suicidal thoughts, or maybe you're just in a very heavy energy, to help lift and clear those thoughts and connect you back to yourself, to your soul, to the Most High, to God. So I'll just explain a bit about what I have on the table here. So obviously I have an angel here to help connect you to that more lighter energy, the angelic realm, and to your guardian angels and your overseeing archangel. Every single human being has one. Every single human being has ancestors, and every single human being has a spiritual court. So we really want you to lean into this spiritual court and get that spiritual support. Obviously you do want to be opening up to people around you about how you're feeling if you are in this heavy energy and you are having these thoughts, because they are very dangerous. Obviously they're a threat to your life and to you potentially self-harming. So you do want to be reaching out to people that you love and who love you. If you don't have anybody around you, there will normally be a suicide helpline in your area, in your country, in your city, or in your state. So let's get started. So I have here some Mayan dolls. So I brought these because it's believed when you put these under your pillow, they will take away your worries. I got these quite a few years ago, and Spirit asked them to be part of this prayer, part of this ritual. Then I have this clear quartz. It's an egg or sphere, but this is representing that the egg of life from which we all come. So I always correlate egg with the woman, with the womb. We all come from the womb. We all come from a woman. So that is the origin, and that is the root of creation. And then I have anointed and blessed this candle and prayed over it already, and it's been anointed with protection oil to keep those of you who are in this heavy energy protected. And then I've used goddess oil, again connecting to the egg and to the womb and to the divine feminine, because the divine feminine is, I'm hearing, the incubator, is the nurturer. Like I said, we all come from the womb. So you want to bring you back into that state of you really feeling like you're being held and that you are safe and that you feel comfort. So let's get started. I'm going to light the candle, and then I'm going to read out the prayer 7 times. They want me to read out the prayer that I wrote 7 times. So let's light this candle. And as I do so, I'm calling in my spiritual court, the spiritual court and the ancestors of the collective, and the Most High, the Holy Light. And we're going to get into the prayer. So hopefully you are in a comfortable place, and I'm feeling for a lot of you, I'm doing this, it's evening time, it's quite light outside, but I'm getting for a lot of you that these thoughts will come up a lot at night time, or maybe you get that seasonal depression, and you tend to get these thoughts around like the winter period when it gets very dark quickly outside. So I'm going to say the prayer 7 times so you can listen, or you can even start to recite it with me in your head. Once I've done it a few times, and you know what I'm going to say. So, my soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove any heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the Holy Light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. My soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the Holy Light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. My soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove any heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the holy light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. My soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove any heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the holy light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. My soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove any heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the holy light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. My soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove any heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the holy light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. 2 more. My soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove any heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the holy light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. My soul belongs to the Most High. My mind has been telling me lies. My life is part of God's plan. I ask for divine intervention. I ask to be held by Mother Earth. I ask to be led back to self. Please lift these suicidal thoughts. Please give me strength to see brighter days. Please armor me with hope and faith. Remove any fears that have me in a bind. Remove any heavy thoughts that are in fact not mine. Remove demonic influence from within and around me. I bind the act of self-harm. I bind the despair and helplessness from my being. I bind the pact on my life. I am a child of the holy light. I am authentically me. I am claiming my peace. So that is the automatic writing prayer that I wrote for the collective who've been feeling this way, who are in a heavy energy. And they asked me to repeat that 7 times because 7 is a very spiritual number. I'm going to leave this candle to burn here throughout the rest of the reading. But I did also channel some songs for you guys that Spirit want you to listen to. And I'm going to read out some of the lyrics that I was drawn to that Spirit want me to read out for you. So the first song that came through is Mary, Mary, Shackles. And this is a popular gospel song. So this is the thing, you want to be bringing yourself out of this heavy energy. And I know it's hard to do when you're in that energy of despair and you're kind of lost in your own thoughts and your own darkness. It can be hard to kind of think about anything else. And this is the thing, Spirit want you to be putting on music, particularly gospel music, and music where the Most High, where the divine is being praised. So the verse that they wanted me to read here is, "In the corners of my mind, I just can't seem to find a reason to believe that I can break free. Because you see, I have been down for so long, feel like the hope is gone. But as I lift my hands, I understand that I should praise you through my circumstance. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise you. I just want to praise you. You broke the chains now. I can lift my hands. And I'm going to praise you. I'm going to praise you." So never underestimate the power of prayer. You don't have to be a religious person. You don't even have to be a spiritual person. Don't underestimate the power of prayer, because you do have a soul. You have your soul at your core. You have your spirit, your essence. And this is connected to the divine, to the Most High, regardless of whether you believe in it or not. I mean, I would think if you're on this video, then you are aware of the spiritual world and the fact that you have a soul. But that was coming through. So a lot of you need to be praying a lot more. You can go back and you can listen to that prayer that I said at the beginning 7 times, whenever you are feeling like you're in a heavy energy, to help it lift. They're also talking about how suicide will often have a demonic influence, because anything that is against life itself, anything that attacks life itself, anything that causes you to harm yourself or to want to harm yourself, is not of the Most High, is not of God. And the second song that was coming through is "Oh Happy Day" and "Joyful, Joyful, Joyful, Joyful." So these are both from Sister Act 2. So again, it's that gospel music, and it's music that brings you into prayer and into praise and into worship with the divine, with the Most High, because this will connect you back to your heart, to your soul, and to God, and this will help to lift you out of that heavy energy. So they kept bringing up one on "Oh Happy Day," the line where it says, "He taught me how to wash, fight and pray, fight and pray, fight and pray." So they kept repeating "fight and pray." So again, my spiritual court, they've always said to me for years, like in the morning I used to wake up and my ancestors and my spirit guides would just be like, "Pick up your spiritual tools and fight. Pick up your spiritual tools and fight." So they want you to be praying. They want you to be leaning on them, lean on your ancestors, lean on your spiritual court. Like I said, every human has them, and they're there for a reason. They're not there just for the ups. They're there for the downs as well. When you can't carry yourself anymore, God and your spiritual court are there to carry you. But you are here in this present moment. You exist for a reason, because you are part of God's divine plan. You were supposed to be here. It's why you were born. It's why you're still here. Okay, so the next song that was coming through is, let me find it, Benson, Boone, "Beautiful Things." I find with this song as well, children tend to like this song. Where is this one? Here it is. So it was this course that Spirit were bringing up. "I found my mind, I'm feeling sane. It's been a while, but I'm finding my faith. If everything's good and it's great, why do I sit and wait till it's gone?" And then it was saying, "Please stay, I want you, I need you, oh God, don't take these beautiful things that I got." So what I'm getting from this song is more so, this is how other people around you who love you would feel if you were to leave, and if you were to leave this room in that way. Because it does leave a hole and a void. And obviously when you're in that place, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about other people. You're just thinking about escaping whatever pain and whatever hell you are currently in. But it will lead a void in all of those that love you and around you. Even if you think that you've got a lot of people around you who don't actually love you, who don't actually like you, who hate you, I can assure you it will leave a void. It will leave a void in the hearts of many people. And it will also, it does have a ripple effect. Like, you can't just leave this world and expect no one to notice as if you're invisible. You're not invisible. Like I said, you are here for a reason. You're part of God's divine plan. There are lines and lines and lines of souls who are wanting to be born, who are wanting to be here on earth at this time, because we're in a significant period. And I know there's a lot of horrific things going on all over the world, and it's looking a bit crazy at the moment. But you'd be surprised the amount of souls that are lining up who are wanting to come in just to be here at this time. But God chose you. And God chose you for a reason. Your ancestors chose you for a reason. Your spiritual court chose you for a reason. You are supposed to be here. You are needed here. And the next song that was coming through is "Get It Together, India, Arie." Let's get the lyrics ahead. I feel like this one is for those of you who have been ostracized or maybe even demonized. It could be from like childhood by like family, kind of always pushed into a corner or pushed aside, or maybe you just feel like you're the black sheep and you don't fit in and you don't belong anywhere. It could be that kind of feeling. But this one says, dark future ahead of me, that's what they say. I'd be starving if I ate all the lies they fed, because I've been redeemed from your anguish and pain. A miracle child, I'm floating on a cloud, because the words that come from your mouth, you're the first to hear. Speak words of beauty and you will be there. No matter what anybody says, what matters most is what you think of yourself. And it says, get it together. You want to heal your body, you have to heal your heart. Whatever you sow, you will reap. Get it together. So obviously, you can get very lost in the mind, and when the mind is having these kinds of very heavy negative thoughts towards yourself that are kind of telling you to commit acts of self-harm towards yourself, it normally means that you're completely disconnected from your heart, because this isn't the language of your heart. Your heart isn't going to be telling you to do this. Your soul isn't going to be telling you to do this. So there's a disconnect there, and it may mean that you're very ungrounded and a bit flighty. So you want to really be bringing yourself back into your physical body. And I know this may be very painful if a lot of you have trauma, things repressed within your psyche that you don't want to feel, which could be the cause of these thoughts. But unfortunately, you do have to sink into yourself and feel them for them to come to the surface and be released. And again, you want to be asking your spirit guides for divine intervention. Hold on a second, I need some water. I just had a coughing fit out of nowhere, so something doesn't want this message out. But like I said, suicidal thoughts and heavy energy, attacks on your mental body does have a lot of demonic influence. So the next song that was coming through is Emile Sande, and it's called Wonder. The lyrics they want me to read out are, though our feet might ache, the world's upon our shoulders, no, we ain't gonna break, because we are full of wonder. And it says, the light is contagious, go tell your neighbours, just reach out and pass it on. And in the next verse is, when everything feels wrong and darkness falls upon you, just try sing along, this is a message from Cabana. If your heart turns blue, I want you to remember, this song is for you and you are full of wonder. The spirit are wanting to remind you that you are a miracle. Like I said, there's lines and lines of souls that want to be born and come through. The fact that you are here right now, it is nothing short of a miracle. It's part of a divine orchestration. God chose you and earth chose you. It's the reason that you are here, and they want to keep installing that to you. So when you are having these heavy dark thoughts, you want to keep telling yourself, God and earth want me here. God and earth want me here. You want to do what helps you to ground back into your body. So I would recommend being in nature and get a lot of sunlight. Try to be out during the daytime. Get a lot of sunlight. You want to go into the natural rhythm. And what they're talking about here is sleep. So you do want to be waking up where, like, basically with the light, waking up with the light and then going to sleep when it starts to get dark. You want to get your body into a natural rhythm. I know when you're in this heavy energy, it can also cause insomnia, which is why I believe that message is coming through from spirit. So I want you to try and get your body back into nature's cycle and go along the night and day. So some of you may be spending a lot of time awake at night. You might be night owls, but this is where these kind of thoughts will haunt you. And then you spend all day sleeping. So they want you to switch it back to what it should be. Okay, so is that all the songs? Yeah, that was all the songs that was coming through. So I'm now going to pull some messages from Spirit, from this angel deck first. And we're going to leave the candle burning. It's burning very still and very slowly, which is a good sign. When we're asking for peace of mind, you want it to bring stillness. You want it to be calm, because you want to bring the stillness and the calmness and the clarity to your mind if you've been feeling in this heavy energy. Okay, so the first card we have here is Goddess of Compassion. Self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth. Well, that's a given. When you're in a heavy energy, obviously, it's going to completely attack your self-esteem. Any love you have for yourself and any respect you have for yourself are going to be very low, because it's a low frequency. When you're in heavy energy, when you're feeling a lot of confusion in your mind, when you aren't fighting and claiming your life, that is a lower frequency. So Spirit are wanting you to catch these thoughts when they start coming up, to catch them and nip them in the bud. I know it's going to be hard at first, particularly if you're in a very, very heavy energy. Like I said, if it is really bad, you do want to be seeking out help from professionals. who know what they're doing and know how to assist you, because it is an affliction in the mental body, so it is a mental health issue. But they want you to be speaking to yourself more kindly. So maybe if you write yourself out affirmation cards, you can write kind words for yourself, traits, things about your personality you like. You also want to focus on the spirit body. So what about your very essence and your spirit? Do you like? Do you love? Do you honor? Do you respect? And if you find it hard to find things about yourself, you want to be asking God, you want to be asking Earth, you want to be asking your spiritual court and ask them to send you signs. What do they love about you? Because like I said, you're here for a reason. Your ancestors chose you to be born into your bloodline. You are here for a reason. What else do the collective need to hear? Angel of relaxation. Let go of desired outcomes and you will get what you want. And again, this woman here, I mean, she's going within, she's got her eyes closed, but she is this very dark card. So a lot of you maybe have been shrouded in darkness for a long time. You may even keep yourself in dark rooms. It's just a lot of darkness I'm getting. And obviously that would be the energy too, but I feel like you need more light, literally more daylight and more sunlight in your life. But you also need more like fun, loving and light energy and joy within you. If you do have children in your family, if you have children yourself, spending more time with children because they are in a natural high frequency, they are in a natural state of being joyful because they are very close to the divine, to the Most High, because they're more fresher out of the spirit realm and they are more connected to where we have come from and more connected to the soul and to the heart and to nature. And maybe some of you watch, maybe watching like family channels will help bring you into a joyful energy, or watching cartoons and programs that you watched as a child, or just you used to watch where you know you were in a more happy place, or you're in a more emotional and mental stable place. Maybe watch those movies again. It could have been Sister Act 2 because a few songs were coming through from that movie. But they really want you to surrender here and to surrender to the divine, to lean on God. And saying that, they wanted me to read out the Footprints in the Sand poem. So let me get that up. Oh, it's just called Footprints. But I think Footprints in the Sand is a song by Leona Lewis. So again, that song might have messages for you guys within it if you want to have a listen. But this poem says, one night a man had a dream. He dreamed he was walking along the beach with the Lord. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene, he noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to him and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of his life flashed before him, he looked back at the footprints in the sand. He noticed that many times along the path of his life there was only one set of footprints. He also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times in his life. This really bothered him and he questioned the Lord about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I have noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there is only one set of footprints. I don't understand why when I needed you the most, you would leave me. The Lord replied, my precious, precious child, I love you and I would never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. So this is what Spirit wants you to know, that you will be carried at times when you can't walk, or even when you are crawling, you will be carried, but you do need to ask for divine intervention and lean into your spiritual court. They don't want to see you suffering in this energy, and when you are suffering, your ancestors are suffering because you are them and they are you. What else, Spirit? What other messages do you have? That's too many. Angel of space clearing. It is time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. Yeah, so they really want you focusing here on the mental body. And really, you have two choices. It's either gonna get worse, or you're gonna choose to fight for your life. You're gonna choose to stand up and ascend. You're gonna choose that something needs to change. That you are wanted here, that you are needed here, and you are loved. And again, if you feel like there isn't anybody in the physical that's a support, that does love you, that's around you, your spiritual court love you, your ancestors love you. Like I said, you are here for a reason. You are needed here, you are wanted here. Otherwise, you wouldn't exist. We're going to pull a few cards from the Christ Consciousness deck. What do the collective need to hear? Thank you. We have sisterhood, the feminine way. Yeah, so I used the goddess anointing oil. And I did call in Mother Mary. Before I came on camera, I called in Mother Mary and Archangel Michael. But that gentle divine feminine energy is what's coming through. And this is, so you want to visualize and you want to do a meditation where you are literally being held at the core, at the womb of Mother Earth. Like you are a fetus, you are a baby in the womb. You want to pull yourself into that state so you can really feel the love, the nurture. And this is unconditional love and nurture from Mother Earth herself. A lot of you can call in Mother Mary, or you can call in a spirit, a goddess, or a passed over loved one that had this very powerful divine feminine energy about them. They could have been like very healing to be around, maybe even to you before they passed away. But they're really wanting you to sink into your feminine side, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman, into the gentle side of yourself. Have compassion for yourself. It's important to remember when you're in this dark place not to feel guilt and shame for being in this place, to have that compassion for yourself, because the guilt and shame is only going to add to the heaviness. It's only going to make it worse. And it isn't rooted in any truth. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty or shameful for feeling this way. But you do need to pull yourself up and fight for your life. What else, Spirit? We have, hold on, I need to move my leg. Some of you need to stretch and get out of the house. You need to move around. Movement is great for the body, because out of nowhere there's like an ache going on in my whole body, particularly on the right side of my body. So a lot of you may have aches and pains, or like sickness now due to your mental health, due to these thoughts, because it will start trickling into the other bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, the spiritual body. So we have, and this is just your body working. This is your body telling you like, hey, something's wrong here. We aren't feeling great. We need to get back to wholeness. We need to heal. Your body wants you to heal. Your body has its own intelligence and its own language, and it wants you to listen. It's speaking to you. We have forgiveness sets you free. And it's a beautiful hug and embrace. So a lot of you need to be hugged. You need to reach out to your friends, families. Even if you're at work, if you confide in a co-worker. Like, I'm hearing, no, they're not going to leave you high and dry. They're obviously going to embrace you. And they know you're feeling this way. Because a lot of people are mind readers. And my sense that maybe you're not happy with yourself, but they won't know it's to this extent. You're in this heavy energy. People aren't mind readers, so you do need to open up, speak about it, tell people. And a lot of you will be surprised about the embrace that you receive from people around you. But also do this with God. Do this with your spiritual court. What else, Spirit? We have faith and holiness within. So every single human being has a spark of God within them. Whether you're perceived as a good person, a bad person, you have a spark of God, of the divine within you, because you are made from God. You are made from the divine. And you are made from unconditional love that humans don't necessarily understand. It's a different love when it is from God. It's from the spirit world. It's the love that a loving parent would have towards their child, that unconditional love. Like, this child in front of him is the most perfect thing. This is how God sees you. But a lot of you need to claim back your faith. Or if you haven't had faith before, to find your faith. Your faith in yourself, but your faith in the divine as well. And this is all part of the plan. So a lot of you, because you will get yourself out of this place, out of this heavy energy. And when you do and you share your story, you're going to help other people. This is how it works. God will use us. Every human is a channel. So once you share your story of things that you've overcome, the trials and tribulations that were sent to knock you down, you didn't stay down, you got up, you believed, you had the faith, you had the hope, and you completely 360 and shifted your life. When other people hear this, it's very inspiring. And it helps a lot of people, often strangers. You won't even realize it helps. It helps a lot of people. A lot of you are going to be telling your story in the future, of how you overcame depression, of how you overcame insomnia, I'm hearing. And your advice and your guidance of what worked for you, of what pulled you out of the darkness or pulled you out of your own hell. and you walked into your own heaven that you created, you are going to help other people. You need to keep going. The last card we have here is prayer, contemplation and connection. Yeah. So don't underestimate the power of prayer. I said it before, it's very powerful. It may seem like it's just a candle lit and it's just words. It's very powerful. Remember, you're a soul. You're a spirit. You're an essence having a human experience. And the spirit realm is very real. God's kingdom is very real. So pray. And I'm really drawn to the lotus here. And the lotus flower grows from dirt. It grows from muck and it blooms into this beautiful flower that captivates the hearts of people, the eyes of other people. And this is going to be you. You're going to get yourself out of this mucky place. You're going to pull yourself up into a higher frequency. It will take work. It will take discipline. It will take having compassion and being soft with yourself. But you will get there. And you're going to bloom. A lot of people are going to have their eyes on you who are going to watch you do this. And this is going to be, like I said, very inspiring for a lot of people. For a lot of you, it's children that are going to see you bloom and grow in this way. And I feel for some of you, it's your grandchildren. Like they're going to be bragging about you. I'm seeing a kid in school. They look about 11 or 12, but they're bragging like about their parent, about their grandparent. They're like, oh, they were in this place. And maybe some of you, these thoughts are coming from addiction issues, and you go like cold turkey. You get yourself off. You go to rehab, and you completely clear up. And they're going to be bragging about how you were in this place, and you completely changed. Now you're a different person. Like they're really proud. And we have here at the bottom of the deck, Wisdom Bringer, Earth School. And look, we have the Bubba. And they're on the soul's contract. So this is the soul's contract. So everybody signs up. You have a soul contract between your soul and God before you're even born. So certain parts of your life are already mapped out before you're even born. Obviously, when we come here, you have free will. And we also forget. We forget why we came here and we forget where we come from. So I call this realm the game of remembrance. So as you are healing, you're pulling yourself up out of this heavy energy. You're going to start remembering who you are at your core. And again, this is another confirmation that you really need to be held by the womb, by Mother Earth herself. So you want to also pray to Mother Earth herself. And kind of incubate yourself into that fetus-like energy to really feel you are being held and you're being protected and that you are safe and that you are one with the divine. You are one with all that is. Now I'm going to finish off. So you can get a poem from my deck. What do the collective need to hear, Spirit? Let me get one card, please. What do the collective need to hear? Okay, so this one says, love follows me wherever I go. I am deeply loved and it wants me to know. The energy of love exists in leaps and bounds. Don't ever fret, there's enough to go around. When you see a heart, pass it on. You never know who needs to hear love's song. So as I keep saying, you are very much loved. And we don't necessarily understand the love when we're in the human body that God, that the divine has for us. But you are loved beyond what you can imagine. And God wants to see you rise up. God wants to see you move into a higher frequency. God wants your dreams to come true. They want you to pull yourself out of a dark place and be proud of yourself for doing so. He doesn't want you to have any guilt or any shame for even being in that place, because it happens in this realm. This realm, like I said, there's a lot going on. We are in a spiritual warfare, remember. There is a lot of horrific things going on, and every single human being is connected. Every single human being is connected and we all influence each other all the time. So you could, sometimes these thoughts may not even be yours. So you also want to be grounded enough in your physical body and know your body's language and its intelligence to know what is yours and what isn't yours. Maybe you're picking this up from the world in general, from the collective energies, or maybe it's just the environment around you. Okay, so the next card says, generational wealth comes when you cast the right spell and stop believing yourself on the shelf. Bibbidi bobbidi boo, dreams can only come true if they are divinely fated to. And if you get off your ass, take action, move. Yeah, so it is, again, you do want to be leaning into other people when you are in a very heavy place. Because you don't want the risk to your life to potentially come true if you to take action on it. So you do want to be leaning on other people, but you want to be putting yourself up out of this space, and you can do it. There are people all over the world. There are a lot of stories that people will share from getting over depression. For some reason, I'm hearing terminal illness. So maybe some of you, these thoughts are coming from being ill. Maybe you have like cancer when you were given a certain date of how long you had left. But again, I've seen a lot of stories from people on YouTube who were also given that sentence, who were told like, oh, they've got 3 months to live, and they're still here 5 years later. Like, they turned to different forms of healing. They really poured everything into themselves. They got their faith strong to their higher self, to God. They really connected to the spirit realm. And again, I just keep hearing faith, faith, faith. So a lot of you need to pray. Pray first thing in the morning. Pray throughout the day. You can even be at work and be praying in your head. You want to pray before you go into bed, but you especially want to be praying and want to be turning to God when you're in that despair energy. You don't care if you're like lying on the floor crying and you feel shameful or guilty. You want to be turning to God, because like that Footprints poem said, this is when God will hold you, and He will hold you close the most. I just keep seeing a fetus in the womb. So that is all the messages that is coming through. I'm going to leave this candle burning for the collective that this will resonate with. And I hope that the prayer that I said at the beginning does activate something in you to fight. Like my ancestors always say, pick up your spiritual tools and fight. Pick up your spiritual tools and fight. But I hope that has helped somebody out there. And I will see you in my next video.